Again, Ricky Gervais has succeeded. He used his bold sense of humor and extremely sharp analysis to expose Hollywood's woke elite, expressing a harsh awakening that is causing a stir in the industry. Superstars rush as fans can't get enough of his striking balance. Gervais reversed the current ritzy temperance flagging in this method.
You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking, I never did. NBC clearly don't care either, 5th time.
Ricky Gervais began his last term of facilitation with pure, true credibility, demonstrating that he had nothing left to lose and maybe never cared much anyhow. Ricky put up an evening of hilariously cruel editorial, sparing no one, because NBC seemed bored and he was totally free.
So, I mean, Kevin Hart was fired from the Oscars because of some offensive tweets. Hello? Lucky for me, the Hollywood foreign press can barely speak English.
He immediately jumped in, pointing out that Kevin Hart had been fired from the Oscars due to his past comments, and mocking the Hollywood press by hinting that they would never do the same to him. Ricky brilliantly showcased Hollywood's dual standards with a shrewd jab at their English proficiency and lack of virtual entertainment.
I came here in a limo tonight and the license plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no, shush. It's her daughter I feel sorry for, okay? That must be the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to her.
He didn't hold back as he made fun of Felicity Huffman's legal troubles, ensuring that her new skill even extended to making tags. Nevertheless, he couldn't help but sympathize with her little daughter, describing it as a true disgrace that was almost as awful as her father's role in Wild Hordes. The first class in Hollywood was definitely nervous.
In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world. People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow.
This evening's focus extends beyond the celebrities you see on TV. The room is packed with some of the most amazing television and film executives in the world. Speaking of diverse backgrounds, they may have various origins, but according to Ricky Gervais, they all most definitely have one thing in common.
All the best actors have jumped to Netflix and HBO, and the actors who just do Hollywood movies now do fantasy adventure nonsense. They wear masks and capes and really tight costumes. Their job isn't acting anymore.
Ricky Gervais also made a point of pointing out how Hollywood has changed, with elite performers departing for platforms like Netflix and HBO, leaving mainstream movies overflowing with fantasy and superhero films. Instead of honing their craft, performers now spend more time in the recreation center dressing up in capes and hero outfits.
Martin Scorsese, the greatest living director, made the news for his controversial comments about the Marvel franchise. He said they're not real cinema and they remind him of theme parks. I agree, although I don't know what he's doing hanging around theme parks. He's not big enough to go on the rides, is he?
He brought up Martin Scorsese and referred to him as the greatest living director, and assisted everyone in recalling his drab version of Wonder movies, which he compared to amusement parks rather than real movies. Ricky agreed with Scorsese that these blockbusters fall short of the depth of true filmmaking, which fuels the ongoing debate in Hollywood.
Wikipedia says that science is the concerted human effort to understand the physical or natural world. Science seeks the truth, and it doesn't discriminate. So something's either true or it isn't. It hasn't got a will, a hope, okay? A moral conscience.
He established the mood by defining science as humanity's collective desire to understand the real world, and emphasizing that science is just about seeking truth without judgment or strategy. It's very simple. Either something is obvious or it isn't. Science is different from people in that it doesn't live in imagination or trust.
No, I've been in agony. I'm actually on painkillers right now. So, no, it's true. If I suddenly start talking like Paula Abdul, you'll know why. I'm not drunk. So, when the doctor, this is true, when the doctor gave me the painkillers, he said, "No, you can't drink alcohol with these."
He also shared a funny story with his PCP about his love of alcohol while on painkillers. Ricky didn't hold back when he was told that he couldn't drink while taking them, joking that he would rather take a medication that allowed it. The second was all the more witty because of his primary care physician's confused reaction.
The world got to see James Corden as a fat pussy. He was also in the movie Cats, but no one saw that. And the reviews, oh, shocking.
He didn't hold back when he used a burning strike to mock James Corden's look in Cats. According to Ricky, the polls were harsh and very few people really saw the movie. One commentator even joked that it was the most shockingly bad thing that had ever happened to Cats since Dogs.
Whose movies have grossed over $3.5 billion at the box office. He's won 2 Academy Awards and 3 Golden Globes for his powerful and varied performances, starring in such films as Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, Castaway.
He didn't stop there. He featured the great profession of a Hollywood legend who's procured 2 Oscars and 3 Golden Globes for his remarkable jobs. From Philadelphia to Forrest Gump, Castaway, Apollo 3, and Saving Private Ryan, he's conveyed strong emotions that harden his place as one of the business's most noteworthy gifts.
Long, but amazing. It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him.
Leonardo DiCaprio was harassed by Ricky Gervais while talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which clocks in at about 3 hours. Everyone laughed when he joked that DiCaprio's date had already grown out of his generally youthful dating range by the time the show concluded.
There's no old lady near me. She died last year of hypothermia, so result, yeah. Brilliant. The other big one is A Dog is for Life, not just for Christmas. Right behind that, I'm really into animal welfare. And that's obviously aimed at parents whose kids go, "Can I have a puppy? Can I have a puppy?"
In an amusing reflection on his aid to the government, Ricky Gervais supported the great phrase, "A dog is forever, not only for Christmas." He describes a scenario in which children constantly beg their parents for a dog, pushing them to the limit. Ricky flawlessly wins the parental struggle with his everyday dry intellect. And there you have it, Ricky Gervais, unfiltered and unapologetic, leaving no stone unturned as he takes on Hollywood's quirks, controversies, and absurdities, whether he's sparking laughter or stirring up some controversy.